Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. I'm so sorry that I'm late. Thank you all for coming. How's it going? Super good, I hope. I had a rough morning, so I made myself hot chocolate and put a bunch of whipped cream on top. You can't quite tell because of the gain, but... This is where I'm at right now. When I was little, I would ask for hot chocolate, and they would give me the whipped cream on top. I would sit there and just eat all of the whipped cream first and then drink the hot chocolate. That must be like a common thing for kids, right? Royal Weekend, thank you so much for the 8 months. Tyroglyphus, thank you so much for the 6. And Bruiserweight, thank you for the 45. That mug is too cute. It's super cute, right? Miss Random Badger, our lovely mod, gave it to me. Alderaxis, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a brand new member of the Cat Gang. And the Dawn Seeker, thank you so much for the 37 months. Automatic number of rubidium and the average temperature of the human body in proper units. Amazing. That's the only way to have hot chocolate with cream. Agreed. This is making me happy. This is making me very happy right now. Oh, how's mom life? Mom life was very frustrating this morning, but it's okay. We got through it. Gerbazg, thank you so much for the 26 months. Leorio the Oreo, thank you for the 2. And Quexnep, thank you for the 21. You're giving adults too much credit for not doing the same. I don't order this anymore. So I don't have the opportunity to do this very often, but my inclination is identical. So I guess, yeah. So I guess I continue to do the same thing as displayed just now. Dorlugas, thank you for the 16 months. Crit Saft, thank you for the 7. And Frida Frimple, thank you for the 26. Yeah, she's with Sam right now. She's doing this cool thing where she really wants her binky. But the second it's in her mouth, she spits it out. And then is like, where'd the binky go? She's not hungry. She's eating her fill. But she's fussing a lot. I'm having to keep doing the thing where I go, as far as she knows, this is the most devastating thing that can possibly happen to her. Right? Like, I have to remind myself of that about her sometimes. Like, she literally has no scope of what are terrible things, right? Like, in her mind, losing the binky, if she's in the right headspace, is like, I'm dying. Right? Materios, thank you so much for the 29 months. I'm happy to see you. I love to hear these little kid tales. Yeah, we love her. She's great. But, you know, she's a baby. So she does baby things. Like getting really upset about stuff where you're like, how are you this upset about this? Object permanence is not set in yet. Oh my God. So Jesse got me a book that is called like 100 experiments to do with your baby or something like that. And they're all things that you can do with your baby that help you understand the way that like the human brain works and develops. And one of them is like handing them a ball, and they have the ball, and then you take the ball from them and you put it like in a box or in a cup or something, and they look at the cup and then they grab it, right? Like if they want the ball, then they'll grab it out of that cup, and then you take it from them and you put it in a different cup and see if they go for the first cup. Like even if they see it in the other one, see if they try to grab it from the first one, because their brain hasn't understood like that's in a different place. Like I can see it in a different place, but I don't understand that it's in a different place. And I was like, that's crazy that that's like a problem that we have at a certain stage, right? that they're like, it's over there now, and I want it. And they try to grab it from a different place. Thaltosh, thank you for the 39 months. Yeah, my brother was reading through that whole book and was like, this is super cool. And it's in order by how old they are. So like the first ones are things that you can do with like 0 to 1 month year olds. And then the end of the book, I think it goes up to like toddlers, like 2 or 3 years old. My kids never took a pacifier, but it was nice later because they didn't have to break the habit. Yeah, it's interesting. I guess some kids like break it on their own. They just suddenly don't need it anymore. I never had a pacifier, and I was a hardcore thumb sucker for like way too long. So I feel like there are positive and negatives to, but like psychologically it can do different things, right? So originally I was like, oh man, I'm so glad that she took the binky because maybe now she won't suck her thumb, right? But I guess Sam was a kid who like wanted his binky for a super long time, and I was a kid that sucked my thumb for a really long time. So I'm like, oof, oh no. Would someone mind giving a synopsis of what happened in Dukes' game? Oh, I can do that for sure. Thaltosh, thank you for the 39 months. It's always nice to have a smile to my face with these stories. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. And Granny Sith, thank you so much for the 5 months. The book sounds awesome. What was the title again? I think I brought it upstairs. I was just wondering if it was still out there. I think I brought it upstairs, but I think it's called like 100 Baby Experiments or something like that. I started playing Detroit off stream, and that game is fascinating. I started playing it, and then after the first chapter was like, I get how this game works now. I want to start again. So I've played the first chapter twice. So I've seen the way that the tree works when you play it multiple times, which is super cool. And they're really smart because they made it so every chapter is super short. So when you're playing, you're like, I have enough time for one more chapter. And then you play one more chapter and you're like, I have time for one more chapter. It's interesting because I hear so many people being like, this game isn't good, but it's fun. But for me, I'm actually finding like a lot of moments in the game super interesting. And I think it's interesting rooted in the idea of like, wait, what would have happened if I didn't do that? Right. And originally I also thought that the chapters would get more and more complex as we went, but that's not always the case either. Like, so in Detroit is like, it's an entirely story choice based like progression game, right? So each chapter focuses on a different character, and you go around and the controls are extremely simple. It's just like, you're told to do something or you need to do something, and do you choose to do it or not? And then kind of seeing what happens. And some chapters seem very like frivolous and kind of like, I don't really know, what the stakes were in that chapter. And some of them are very like, the stakes are really high in this chapter. But then like in the chapters where it seems like the stakes are really high, maybe at the end they show you the progression tree every time. So they'll show you like, these are all the choices that you made, and you can see where things could have deviated, but it doesn't tell you what would have happened in those. And the only way that I know that that's different when you've played it multiple times is because I've played the first chapter multiple times. So now I know that if you've made a different choice in a different playthrough, then those choices still show up on the tree. So say that I did like the first chapter completely differently, hypothetically. Say that I did the first chapter completely differently and then went back and did it in a way that I felt more satisfied with. I'm still at the end able to see the tree, and it shows me like, oh, another time you did this, and it tells me like where those deviations happened still, so that I can keep track and be like, oh, that's right, that's where I did that. And some chapters are crazy. Like, looking at the tree later, I'm like, this could have gone so different. What could have happened there? Right? But again, like, the most recent chapter that I played was like almost completely linear. So it's been really interesting, honestly. Did you know there's a survey at the end of the game about what you thought about it? The lady on the intro screen gave us a survey last night. So Sam was like holding the baby while I was playing, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Because I kept being like, one more chapter, and then one more chapter, and then one more chapter. And Sam was like, you can just play as long as you want. And I finally stopped. And so the like menu screen is an Android. When you first start up the game, she's the one who helps you like with your settings. And when you open up the game again, she tells you like what day it is and gives you facts about the day and stuff like that. So yesterday when I logged in, she was like, hello, it is June 7th. And then gave me like details about June 7th. Right. And I was like, this is weird. When I went back to the menu screen yesterday, it gave us a survey about how we felt about androids. And it was pretty funny. Like, the first question was like, would you consider having a relationship with an android? And I was like, probably not. And Sam was like, what? Totally. I was like, what? And one of the questions was, would you let an android watch your child? And I think I said no. And Sam was like, totally. And so we were like, we feel very differently about androids, I'm realizing, because of this survey. Sam gets it. So yeah. And like the final question was like, do you believe that androids can gain consciousness? And I said yes, and Sam like deliberated on it for a while. We were like, we do feel very differently about androids. It was interesting. But yeah, having this like android lady who keeps track of the last time you were there. Yeah, when I booted up the game again, she was like, hello, it's so good to see you again. And I was like, oof. Oof. Oh no. This is giving me Animal Crossing vibes, right? Like when you haven't logged into Animal Crossing for a while and everybody's like, it's been so long since you were here. Where the fuck were you? You're the mayor. And then you just feel like you should never open the game again. At least that's how I feel. Mink of Bane, thank you so much for the 23 months. Megamo, thank you so much for all the biddies. The feral kittens I'm fostering smeared poop all over my bathroom. These bits are a reminder to spay and neuter your damn pets, please. I've been there with kittens. Stay strong. You got this. Soul Cleaver, thank you for the 18 months. Sarah Stir, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Ngonji, thank you so much for the 17 months. I love how Sherlock and Watson are all like, must protect the baby. Yeah, Watson actually has been like hanging out next to her. It's a very new development. It's exciting. Theradil, thank you for the 7 months. Darevon, thank you for the 32. I love games like Detroit and Horizon, but I hate consoles. At least, hey, 32 months. Forecast Gray, thank you so much for subscribing as well. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Do you think if a mayor disappeared, they'd replace them? Oh, you would think if a mayor disappeared, they'd replace them, right? I don't need that guilt trip every time I open up Animal Crossing. It's one of the reasons that I was like, you know what? I don't think this game is for me. I can't take the guilt. I can't do it. Lydia, thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank goodness it's Watson. Sherlock would squish her. Well, neither of them are touching her still. I still don't let either of them like lay next to her because I don't want them to get comfortable with that in case, yeah, they like sat on her face, right? But Watson, like for the first time since we brought the baby home, Watson like came up and like snuggled with Sam while I had the baby in my arms, and we were like, oh my gosh, look at this. That's so exciting. Pajama Sam, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. And Sangan, thank you so much for the 3 months. Yes, we're going to play Vampyr again. I actually really enjoyed that game as well. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Detroit. Oh my god, it was really funny though. So there are 3 different androids that you play in this game. And one of them is like a really cute girl. And Sam like was kind of, intermittently watching me play. And he was like, oh, is this the one that everybody wants to bone? And I was like, no. And he was like, what, really? I was like, no, this is not the one everybody wants to bone. He was like, oh. And then later I was playing as the like detective android, and I was like, this is the one everyone wants to bone. And he was like, this guy? I was like, yeah. Jodelearn, thank you so much for the 41 months. Can't handle the guilt of being mayor, leaves town without mayor forever. They should replace me. I didn't want to be mayor anyway. I want to bone main menu android. It's pretty funny. The game, at least for me, does a good job at, because, I'm a bleeding heart. It does a good job of making me feel for the androids that I'm playing. But I'm also going, oof, when are these stories going to intersect? And I don't like the direction that it's going if they are going to intersect. Spoiler finger, though. Hold on. If you don't want to know anything about the first chapter of this game, mute until I put my finger down. Okay. The first time that I played the first chapter, I totally got Connor killed. And I didn't understand. I didn't realize there was one of the options was sacrifice yourself. And I thought that, because it was a hostage situation, I thought that Connor would be like, let the kid go. You can like take me instead or something. No. Literally just got myself shot. And the end part of the chapter was like, Connor died. I was like, no, that's not what I wanted. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to start this game over, because I also was having trouble like completely understanding the controls. And by the time I got to the end of that chapter, I was like, oh, fuck, I get it. I understand the like scanning mechanic and all of that now. So, yeah. So there's that. Boop. Connor's voice actor has also been streaming the game. What? Amazing. See, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who read it that way. I was like, surely this means this. And it didn't. Anyways, spoiler pause down. Spoiler pause down. Detroit reminded me of The Letter, but not as funny. To be fair, The Letter isn't intended to be a funny game. I'm going for platinum right now. Oh my gosh. How long, Dr. Burns, how long did this game take you? Like, how long did it take you to get through one playthrough? Because I'm so curious how long this game is. My pool is bubbling. 12 hours? Okay. Kate Bug, thank you for the 25 months. The game throws a lot of that your way. Some options read kind of reasonable. Okay. Interesting. 10 to 13 hours. Okay. Okay, yeah. Let's end this convo because I don't want it to get into a territory where people feel like they're being spoilt. You guys want to be Vamp Boys? Y'all want to be Vamp Boys? Let's give a rundown on what all has been going on. Hunter Kittymon, thank you for the 3 months. Killer Saw, thank you for the host. Kate Bug, thank you for the 25 months. Crystal Jabaden, thank you for the 7. And Shano, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. My baby's name was Clark, with an E at the end. Are you thinking of keeping this new schedule? Yeah, I've liked it so far. Obviously, I want to be starting at 8, but sometimes that's just not what goes down. So yeah. Ice Tea for the win. Thank you for the 13 months. And Dream Crusher, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. Okay, so Vampyr. Vampyr or Vampire starts with you as a dude who wakes up amongst a bunch of bodies. We kind of like crawl through these bodies up to a pier. Everything is in grayscale and we're thirsting for blood, right? We see a person at the end of the pier. We sort of shuffle towards them and it's obvious they know us. They're so happy to see us, right? We embrace, and that's when we start to panic as players, as viewers, because, oh no, she's so happy to see us, but all we can think about is the blood thrumming through her veins, right? We eat the shit out of her, and then once we come to our senses, we realize it's our dear sister Mary. Oh my God, we've killed our dear sister Mary. How can we live with ourselves? We run from the scene. We get chased down by a bunch of like sort of like city military men who call us a leech. So apparently potential like vampire knowledge in the town, although that hasn't been confirmed through the rest of the time that we've been playing. Like nobody else seems to talk about vampires super often. And then we find ourselves in an area of town where we can kind of like lay low. We meet a guy who throws up a cross at us and like really fucks us up. And sort of try to like demand some answers from him because we think that at first we think that he might be associated with whoever like did this to us, whoever turned us into a vampire, right? It's revealed that we are a doctor. That we are a doctor who specializes in blood transfusion. So, of course, a hematologist becomes a vampire. Of course, that's just the situation that's going on. There's also a guy who is munching on some people. We track him down, again, thinking like maybe this is the guy who like fucked us up. We meet him and we realize no, there's no way. This guy is too like out of his mind, right? We defeat him and a waifish lady vampire shows up and saves us because we thought that he was dead, but he wasn't, of course. The guy who used the cross on us before, he shows up again and is like, yo, I run a hospital in this area of town. It's kind of a dump, but everybody there works really hard. You would be able to lay low. I know what you are. You would be able to like basically stay there during the day because sunlight is a thing in this game. You can stay there during the day, and at night, you know, you'd be able to go around and do whatever you want, and all under the guise of like, you know, you're a surgeon here. So we take the job, go to the hospital. We've now met everybody at the hospital. We're learning as much as we can about them because one of the mechanics of the game is that that draining somebody of their blood has like a consequence on the world as a whole. But the more that you get to know somebody, the sweeter their blood is, so to speak. It gives you way more experience, right? If you take the time to get to know them and understand their story and all of that, their blood will like do a lot for you. But so far we have not killed anybody. We saw a dude shank a guy and shove him in the in the river, and that was the first time that the game is like, you should eat that guy. Hey, do you want to eat that guy? You should probably eat that guy. But I decided not to. Turns out he's a gang leader and is just an overall shit. So I'm like, well, if I had eaten him, probably would have, you know, morally been okay with it. But I want to go as long as I can without eating somebody. Another aspect of the game is that you kind of determine the difficulty of the game by whether or not you're willing to eat people. If you're willing to eat people, you will be much stronger. like way stronger, the game will be much easier, right? Like by deciding not to eat people, you are deciding that you want a hard difficulty for the game. So we'll have to see like whether or not we hit a wall where it's like, I'm just not powerful enough to kill stuff anymore. So far that hasn't happened, but we're not that far in the game. Oh, and then the lady vampire that saved us before, she like vanished all mysteriously, right? But she has now shown up again. She also works at the hospital, or at least shows up sometimes. And we found out that she's being blackmailed. She is a lady, and she's being blackmailed by somebody who knows what she is. So we went around the entire hospital trying to figure out who that person is. And one of the nurses is acting super shady and like gave a thing to a thug who went into the sewers, or at least like went down under the city. And that's where we stopped. So we're about to like follow that dude and see what's up. Stronger if you eat people. I tuned in at a weird point. Is this life advice? Totally. Yes, this is life advice. Advice. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off here? Oh my gosh, I can highlight shit. Oh, that'll make that so much easier. Oh my God. Ice Tea for the win. I did read you, but thank you for the 13 months. Dream Crusher, I did read you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Parks, thank you for the 14 months. I'm usually a VOD watcher because life has been so busy. I'm catching up. Thank you for all you do. You're great. No, you were great. Thank you. Vertiguous, thank you for the 37 months. Weirdo, thank you for the 46. Goodness gracious. Ronaldo the Gypsy, thank you for the 11. VDK Spirit, thank you for gifting a sub to That Guy Though. That Guy Though, welcome to the Cat Gang. And Schleicher, thank you so much for the 3 months. Oh my gosh, I can highlight. That's so great. I can highlight who I read last. Fuck. There's some characters in this game where the devs are clearly like, hey, you should eat this guy. I know. Yeah. But I mean, that must have been so easy to do though, because they put you in an area of town where they're like, people die here all the time. Like there are shitty people here, right? I know. Yeah, I saw that Aaron was wearing my shirt. I was like, oh, buddy. It was very sweet. Aaron from Game Grumps was wearing a Dodger Coffee shirt. Which was very sweet. Okay, so do you guys feel caught up? Are you ready to hop back into Vampyr? I haven't hit any bugs, I don't think. I don't think we've hit any bugs at all, right? Nothing that I can remember? Would I ever go back to foxtail hair? No. It was a pain in the ass to upkeep. I will never go back. Maura, thank you for the 18 months. And Jocelyn, thank you so much for subscribing. Even if based on proven medical knowledge from 1918, Vampyr sometimes takes liberties when establishing possible links between scientific theories and supernatural creatures for theatrical purposes. In other words, do not try to cure any disease with any of the recipes shown in this video game. No rats were harmed during the making of this game. That's pretty funny. After hating on anime for years, I've become a closeted anime watcher. I won't out you, but I'm delighted to hear that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is us. We're a super edgelord. You'll find out once we start talking, but it's like, it's bad. Okay, we can't get through here at all,
He's
right?
locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Okay. Ho ho. Yeah.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Wait, can I open this door now? There we go. Oops. What? Aw. Alright, whatever. There we go. I don't have any blood? Ah, fuck my life. Why can't I change? Why can't I swap weapons? Do I not have that? Oh, I see. There we go. I upgraded my bite. I gotta use it, man. Okay, here we go. Oh, here's a bug. There we go. That could suck. Fuck. God damn it. I need to get better at the combat. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. I wonder what happens if I take too long. Oh. Hold on. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's a mouse. It's a rat. My bad. New collectible. I'll be there soon, dude. Don't worry, I got you. Oh, god damn it.
What sort of creature is this?
Shit. I can't drink from him. Oh, I can! Yeah! No! Ah, shit. Why did he wait for me to get up? How weird. Oh. No! What the fuck? Whoa! Get off of me, dick! No! I got too greedy. God damn it. I want to do this again. That one drummer, thank you so much for subscribing. Skyman, thank you for the 2 months. Gallon, thank you for the 28. I had to re-interview for my job I've had for 3 years. Forgot my driver's license. But at least there's a Doog stream. Aw, what's up, buddy? And Tail Toki, thank you so much for the 20 months. What? I'm gonna try this again.
What sort of creature is this?
No! No! This bitch. Fuck. Oh no! Shit. No! Oh, I got out of it! Shit. Oh yeah! Fight him to death! Perfect ending to that fight. What do I get from you? Alright.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
If you're sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Is there nothing else down here? Oh, alright. I guess you're here again. What was up here? Because I thought up here is where the guys were, but I was wrong. Oh, oh! Okay, this is the guy I was hearing. The endangered citizen might not survive the next night. Go check on him. Hi, buddy.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good.
What? I would be
Now
like,
leave
fuck
this
no.
place
Have
and
you
enjoy
seen what's in
the
here?
night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
You rescued a citizen who returned to his district. Okay, cool. Can you, great. Clove essence. Have you ever had a clove cigarette, Dr. Reed? Oh, shit. Oh, I guess that's fine. I assume both doors went the same way. Cyberonic, thank you for the 37 months. And Kalis Klasa, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Cat Gang. The A11, thank you for the 27 months. All right. Yeah, and that goes to the same place. Okay, cool. Either way, I would have wound up in the same spot. Great. Thank you. Okay, so this is where the hospital is that we work at. Oh, hell yeah. Reach White Castle.
Please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
This is the piece of shit dude that I saved. A crumpled letter. Is this crumpled letter gonna tell me shit about Clay? Hold on. Oh no, Nikolai. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better. I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors. They told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay at first. I realize now the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I've heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. Promise you everything's okay. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Milton! Milton, what the fuck?
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see the city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
And then money will be pointless. Is there anything in here? Your mediocre reputation. Amazing.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Man, so we know a lot about him already. We only have one left to figure out. Mesmerize? Wait, what? Oh, right, because I can guide people away to eat them. Right. Look at that blood quality.
Goodbye, Milton.
Tell me why you're extorting money. Ignore the fact that I'm stealing from everyone.
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads beyond the hospital premises. I must leave.
This is the other vampire lady.
Is that so? Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
Nothing points to that. It would seem that the motivations are quite mundane.
Well, then I wish you discreet travels, and that the muses of diplomacy bless your tongue.
I'll return with case solved or carried on my shield.
I need to rest up and evolve. Pardon me, excuse me. I need to get to my quarters immediately. Great. Look at that, I got one of all of them now. Yes, please. Increased stun. Decreased stamina consumption. That might be nice since I use it so much. I want to be a bite boy. Oh, it says ore, but it looks like I can have... No, I can only have one or the other. Okay. Oh shit, I didn't even realize I had these. Oops. Sure. I never use my gun. All right, what do we want? Chickadees. God, I feel like I really do need more stamina. Increasing his flesh, nerve, and bone regeneration. So just heal for more, yeah. Cool. I'll bite all day. Oops, no. Do you plan on munching on anyone eventually? That is not in my plans. I would rather not munch on people. But we'll see how it goes. Oh. Fuck, I keep doing that. Timbit Muncher, thank you so much for subscribing. Anything else in my room that I can ransack or... Oh.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I give it water? Oh yeah, does anybody need how do I check? He has a headache. Cure with... Oh, I should go talk to him before I leave. That dude, that civilian that I saved. Where is he? Oh, it said that he would go back to his like area of town, right? Maybe he's in Whitechapel. He won't necessarily be here. Okay. How the fuck do I get to Whitechapel? I guess I just follow the thing. Alright, bye everybody. Oh, fuck, that was easy. What is going on up here? A level 18? Oh, Lord. No, I'm good. I don't think I can win against him. Oof, level 18, what the fuck? Why is this place here? Is this a hideout?
This one's mine!
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, why is everybody such high level here? Wait, ugh. Shit. Give me some blood, buddy. I needs it. We're trying to do a no-suck run, guys. I mean, aside from, like, people who want to kill us no matter what. Right. I've seen those before. So I might have been able to kill that guy. That guy that we ran away from. Oh, fuck off. God damn it. Shit. Sorry, Ratter. I need the bloods.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more every year.
Oh, shit.
It's locked all right.
Thought maybe I'd be able to listen to their convo, but I guess because they're not like actual player characters, the game doesn't care. It's another one of you? Ow. Oops. He's not weak to melee at all. Now would be a great time for me to use my gun, but I'm not gonna. Oh, right, the blood samples. Ah, fuck. I should have broken those down while I was there. That sucks. I forgot about it. Maybe I'll find a...
Sorry, sir. No admittance.
Yes, I am a normal man.
I'd step back, sir. Are you deaf? It's one of them.
What? Oh my god. What? Oh, come on. That's not the one that I want. Oh my god. No. Why? There we go. Ouch. Wait, what? Ah! Ah! Fuck. Fuck. Give me blood. This kid's just watching. Amazing. No, what? Oh, God. God, I'm so bad. Uh-oh, I hear baby girl losing her mind. There is a way to switch targets, I just don't remember what it is. I thought that it would probably be like whoever's closest to me is the one that I tab onto, right? But that is also not what happens.
It's locked, all right.
Well, frick a dick. Here we go. I see. It wouldn't let me through until I killed those guys. Got it.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
A large box of pills. Oh, that's what I need to cure that dude's headache. Yo, where's that boy? Where's that boy at? Oh, shit.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Did you steal that man's medication?
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Goodbye,
Alright.
young man.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
You've wasted your life. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Wait, the kid that he just shot is his son? Oh, maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Yes. Sounds like shell shock. I've seen a few cases like yours. This is nothing you should be ashamed of, Benjamin. And it's perfectly natural in your situation.
Not ashamed. I just need my pills. Peace and quiet, that's all.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Interesting.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Okay.
It's locked.
Is this dude dead? Yep, alright.
Boy.
That's where I need to be, right there. Okay, that's locked. Alright, fuck it.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
Interesting.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is.
I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time for you, sir.
ASB Fatale, thank you so much for subscribing. Curly, thank you for the 15 months. Parth Mater, thank you so much for the 22. Alex Manson, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Wanna Buy Soul, 10 gold, thank you for the 21 months. And Chiswis, thank you so much for subscribing. I don't understand why locked doors are such a problem for us. Got those ham fists. Oh, all right. God, that does a lot now. Look at how much that did. I mean, granted, he's a level below me, but still. Bite, boys. Oh my God. Okay, I can't go up there. Why can't I F up there? Ah, I can F up there. Oh, Lord. Wait, okay. Okay, that's how I have to do it. Oh, I forgot I have this. Oh, shit. I should use that.
This is no place for you, sir. This one's mine.
Come on, assholes. Oh, no, he is not weak at all to that.
Oh, that's gonna start. I'll send you to hell. We have to stop it.
Oh, man.
Die, beast! His head!
Shit. Oof, that stuff's rough. Madman J Slim, thank you so much for the host, and Stubborn Turtle, thank you for the 2 months. I literally just got done being like, man, I really should use that shield. And then I just don't. Hi. Fuck. Nom, 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 nom. So funny. I kept thinking the baby crying in this game was my baby. I was like, oh my god, she's crying so much. Wasn't her. That's really funny. Aw, come on. No. What? Oh. Okay, let my health go up. Let's just do this. It's easier. Ugh, another one of those. I thought that was like a one-of-a-kind enemy. I was wrong. Ah. Yeah. Sick. Oops. Oh no. I should be allowed to use any desk I want to make stuff. That's what I think. Ugh. There's some gross boys out there. Alright, let's try out this weapon, huh?
Oh! I'm talking to you, you twat!
Hello. Oh my god.
It's a killer! I'll send you to hell. Snap it, leech! I hear leeches. Die, vermin! One of them vermin!
Aw, man. If I have any hope of surviving this game, I need to get better at the combat. Ow. Okay, well that weapon's definitely better. Look at this pose! What a beautiful boy. Oh my god. Is this not even where I need to be? It's not. What a disaster. Oh well. Again, not my baby. So weird. It sounds similar enough to what my baby sounds like when she's crying that I was like, surely that's my child. It's not. Weird. People are always like, yeah, you know, just instinctually, you know when it's your own baby crying. Like, you can feel it in your bones. Apparently, my bones are broken. Because I'm hearing a fucking, like... Yo! Hello.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Interesting.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Damn.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
But you're not a scam? Interesting.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems, as long as you have the money.
Interesting. Oh, and this is where that dude is. Okay.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Right. Okay, that's where I came up. So I haven't been down here, question mark? This is where I just was. Okay, I see. I see. Okay. Oh my. Guess I'll take your shit. La 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 la. Okay. Double Hat, thank you so much for the 19 months. Jenica Katniss, thank you for the 5. Renegade Warden, thank you for the 24. 2 years. Thank you so much for the 2 years. I hope it's been amazing. Dodge This, thank you for the 4 months. VDK Spirit, thank you for the host. Free versus Tanza, thank you so much for the host as well. Batsmaru, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. And the Queen A, thank you for the host also. Fifth month subiversary on your channel to like on Sam's. Lots of hugs to you. Thank you. Can I go through here?
I cannot enter.
Merchant. Hideout. Oh, there was a hideout back there. That was a hideout. But there wasn't a desk there, was it? There wasn't a desk and there wasn't a bed. Were there? Holy shit. Wait a minute. There's a desk back there.
This elixir will give you faith again.
Elixir. Here? Ho ho! Sick. Oh, interesting. This is not where I was before. Oh my gosh. Dead people everywhere. Lots of cigarette cases in this place. So many dead people. Lord. Hideout unlocked. Sick. Time to ransack. Alright, here's a desk. I'll wait until I've ransacked the whole place, I guess. Oh, yeah. Refill all, please. Oh, I do need Oh, sick. Generate blood instantly. Treatment for a cold. Oh shit, that's awesome. Sick. I don't think there's anything I can afford right now, but Sure. You know, while I'm here. Oops. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh my god. No, let go of me. Ah, come on. That's so annoying. Can't ever seem to get that third hit off. There we go. Okay. WFster, thank you so much for subscribing. Crimson Sword, thank you for the 16 months. Sputnik, thank you for the 4. Chocolatoline, thank you for the 3. X-Ray, thank you for the 6. And Heathen Inox, thank you so much for all the biddies. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Am I in a different area of town now? What? Okay, that could have gone better, but I'm alive, so whatever. Look, I'm just saying. Putting everything into suck is working so far. Down here we were told to walk away, right? Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, they fight each other. Yes, yes. Holy shit. That was great. Yeah, I'm trying. Come on. Ah, fuck. Resisted. Here we go. What was he doing back there? Their bodies disappeared. I don't get the loot just because I didn't kill him? Boo. You can't tell Sam that I mistook a video game baby for a real baby. I'm telling him now. The loot stays on the ground. It's not here though. No, they're not here anymore. Whitechapel Old Road. I'm in a different area. For an end of the blackmail plot. Right, but... Investigate Darius Petrescu. But, like, how do I do that?
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Damn.
Goodbye.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for us.
I need to get in there somehow. Can't warp anywhere.
I will return later.
Can't enter the house is empty? Is it though? Get in there.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, so I need to. Did I somehow not go over here?
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Joe Peterson, this boy.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Interesting. You're investigating. Oh. Box of loot, you say?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Hi, Miori. How are you? Okay.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then?
Damn.
Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Sure, blame the migrants.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Interesting. Literally all of the merchants have a problem with her because she's like being an ultra good Samaritan.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
That's so fascinating. Hi there.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist.
Piss off.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Colossus Joe? Shorter than me, aren't you, Joe?
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Do you enjoy bullying people?
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Colossus Joe.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir.
I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Damn. You know what's entertaining for me? Watching their body movement when you're not, like, talking to them yet. It's exactly the same body movement as the Life is Strange characters. It's really fun. Like, I see them, like, do things with their head where I'm like, oh, that's a thing that you saw people do all the time in Life is Strange.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the
Indie Club, thank you so much for all those pride biddies.
She said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Interesting.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Magnet Head, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Say, thank you so much for the huge donation. I appreciate it. Would you rather ride in a canoe or dance with Baloo? Dance with Baloo, obviously. Whale Say, thank you so much for subscribing as well. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Storm House, thank you so much for the 2 months. And Indie Club, again, thank you so much for all of those pride bitties. Watch your profanity. How did I not come over here before? Incredible. Incroyable. Oh, hello.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
I'm not a mortal, bitch.
You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Whoa.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Oh gosh.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why? What?
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
What the fuck?
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Get out of here.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I'm gonna eat this guy. I'm kidding.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help.
How
you
does
find
everybody know me?
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
No.
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent.
No, they are not.
I'm here to tell some stories.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
There we go. Oh, is this the hideout? Sisyphus, thank you so much for the biddies. Mikai, thank you for the 21 months. Tomlinson, thank you for the 46. Kelly, Michelle, thank you for the biddies. Evil Death, thank you for the 21 months. And Haley Bubs, thank you for the biddies as well. Thanks so much, everybody. Welp. If people want to goof about me killing somebody, I don't mind, guys. Where am I?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Let me in.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay, then. Come on in. I'm
Harry, by the way.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
I'm gonna steal all your shit, kid. Haha. What else you got in here?
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
What?
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Look, I get it. This town's full of crazy shit.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna ransack the rest of your house, though.
Soaked with glue. Is there only pain and suffering in the world?
It's locked, all right.
Boo! Crush it with your meat fists. Job refusal letter. Professional vampire hunters.
So,
I'm not bothered.
do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this, but you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Sick. He's recovering. Okay.
Goodbye, young.
Even my dreams are
Okay. I still don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
There's nobody here.
Haha! There she is!
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay. So now let's go back to the church area.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barry.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby.
Ignore the fact that I mentioned her in an earlier conversation.
Darius.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Man, this guy hangs out in Whitechapel a lot.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Ah, that doesn't mean it was all about you, dude. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Interesting. So behind the church, huh? No! Ah, come on. Ah. I wasted some blood by accident. Oh no, I wasn't aiming them. Fuck. Oh, come on. No! What was happening there? I was like stuck. That was so weird. All right. Let's try that again. Kelly Michelle, thank you so much for the biddies. Oh, writing, thank you so much for the 5 months. God's Mistake, thank you for the 3. And Angie Taki, thank you for the 38 months. All right, well, let's try that again. Shit. Ah, get off of me. Ah. Fuck. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting I have that fucking shield. God damn it. I'm the worst vampire. Find Richard in the area. Okay, wait. Okay, that can't open. Just thought I should check. Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet,
sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Oops.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Fair enough.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
Okay.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Camellia.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives, how she survives, whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
What a fucking weirdo.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles, and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Can we kill this guy?
Oh, yes. And what about
we can kill anyone we want,
oh,
chat.
Yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about. And that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Whitechapel's just got all these sultry, starving girls that I'm super into.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Interesting.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Editor refusal letter. Dear Mr. Nethercott, thank you for sending your book of poems, Songs from the Defeated City, which we found as interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times our country is currently facing, you must understand that such a title would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand the full publication or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce to you that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option. My duty to inform you of your refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. I must thank you for the time spent at our office explaining the difficulty of your situation with your ill boy and the loss of your wife. But it is also my duty to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of former criminals or convicts. Your unfortunate connections with the ill-famed Wet Boot Boys have been duly noted. These are hard times, sir, and Finch and Harper intend to reward first the candidates who pass the small inquiry we would like to conduct about our future employees. You have my deepest sympathy. May God be with you and your family. tired of your shit, Clay. The fuck did you do? All the bloody docs are gossiping about how my husband has just got that stupid kid. How many times did I tell you to count to 20 before drawing your blade? How can we expect to do proper business and have people obey if you keep on killing everyone who dares cross you? Rumor says some blokes from the dead's family are looking for you. One of them even swore to kill you. Don't come home tonight. I've seen strange men patrolling the streets. They may be some commie militia or something like that sent to arrest you. Go to a safe place for a few days. Maybe go to the hospital. Should have killed that boy. No, I think it's interesting having him alive, honestly. Make yourself useful for once by checking if any business could be settled over there. When the situation is calmer, I'll send a wet boot boy so that you know to come back. This note is not for the Pembroke administrator, but for my old friend. Since our short discussion 2 days ago concerning the possible promotion of the esteemed Waverly Ackroyd as the new chief surgeon at Pembroke, I've finally concluded that it wouldn't currently be in the best interest of the facility. Don't misunderstand me. I'm convinced that Ackroyd is a very competent physician. I may even admit he deserves a promotion, but not now. Not while we all struggle to keep the epidemic at bay. For now, we need a clear hierarchical organization. We must avoid the inevitable frustrated egos caused by a promotion. We need an obeying and dedicated army. If I may even add, this is also a good test of character. I sometimes think Dr. Ackroyd is a little too proud, a little bit too eager to be promoted. To face a refusal may be a good way of finding how he deals with frustration. You want my opinion? Well, there you have it. I'd be ready to discuss the points directly with our colleague if he ever wanted me to. Oh, man. So that's another reason why he hates us. Because originally he was like, I don't like you because you had theories about medicine and you tested it on your patients. And we're supposed to be healing people, not playing around. That's why. I must inform you of my deepest reservations concerning the Dr. Thoreau Strickland and Harvey Fiddick case. Mr. Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury and may permanently lose the arm. He lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims that a surgical procedure may save the man's arm completely. I say it may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. Our colleague is an audacious and daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years, but for now he lacks the skills to perform a risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistakes he's made in the past? Oh, he's made mistakes in the past. Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you to forbid him to perform such a hazardous experiment. Shit. Be glad to manage the Man, I've picked up so much stuff that I haven't read. Heathen and Ux, thank you so much for the biddies. Heretic, thank you for the biddies. Aaronim, thank you for the biddies. And Mick Ivor the Mark, thank you for the biddies. Goodness gracious, thank you so, so much. I had to go live myself. Wanted to quickly jump in and say hi. I hope you're enjoying Vampyr and Clark is doing good. Much love. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. I'll be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's opened. As I've already told you, I was a doctor during the war. I would be glad to serve my country again. I know it's not the same being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed. Rest assured, I will do my best to fully perform this new duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the question of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Finally found them missing money for the fee. Oh, read that one. Read that.
So,
saw that. Saw that.
Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
I learned stuff about so many people just now. Look at all these hints. It's good I read all that stuff.
Morbidity can breathe its own beauty and grace. Whitechapel.
Good evening.
And good evening.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
Scribblings,
No, sir,
damn.
I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time,
my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
When she was younger, my mother was a painter and a poet. She told me many times how poor her artist friends were and how she helped them.
My parents pay for my rent, my food, and my clothes. All I have to give them in return is lies they do not believe.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
Interesting.
I'll leave you alone.
Okay. Okay, nothing in there. Voucher for a free medical checkup hidden in the flowers. A hint for Camellia? Interesting.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
She can't
I know
talk.
what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
I guess I'm asking her to write stuff down, because otherwise this is a very stupid conversation.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
He's
Very
also a weirdo. Would you agree? Oh! My dearest and most beloved children, I'm so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed with war, but there is also a war going on here in England, a war against poverty and injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. Probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we must sometimes accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Fuck, which door is it? Am I crazy? Oh. I see. I wasn't there yet. Ignore me! Oh. Ignore me! Oh. Oh, shit. What? Ah, shit. I got it eventually. Oh wait, where's the first dude I killed? Ah, fuck it. Ow. Can I not go through there? Ugh. Shit. Fuck. There we go. Ah, fuck. No, come on. God damn. Monster Gaddon, thank you so much for the 25 months. Really? How did I get so turned around?
More and more of these bloody leeches every
Oops. Okay. Wow. Kenonek, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a new member of the Katogungu. Damn. I'm getting too... I'm rushing. I'm rushing too much. Right. Look at them. Just gliding around. All right. Do I know you?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Wow, 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 wow.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Fair enough.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Goodbye, miss.
Look, I agree
Take
with
care
you.
of yourself as best you can.
You again?
I think I know something new about you.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Damn. Damn, Joe.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Oh my gosh, I have everything for him. Oh, not quite. Not quite, huh? Okay.
Goodbye,
You never...
Did I learn anything about you? Oh.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? And most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Okay.
Goodbye for now.
Bye. Let's actually do the story.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Oh.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction.
That's all it took?
All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Thank you. Steal a bunch of your money because you're poor. I can't believe there's no repercussions for stealing the money of people in Whitechapel. They literally have nothing.
It's locked.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Tell me everything you...
I do not...
Why does it say that I haven't... Ah, whatever.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes. His manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
I wonder why that is acting like I haven't maxed it out.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am.
He sounds like Uncle Iroh. God, he does. He totally does.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius.
Darius!
Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I think we did all of that. That's unlocked now. That's unlocked now. Yo, what's up? I'm Dr. Reed. I'm here to transfuse all your blood. And steal your medicine. And your money. Don't tell Dr. Crane, she'll be furious. Hold on, I'll be there to help in a sec.
I need help.
Riri.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
Alright, let's fucking go for it then.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Shit.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
He was a leech!
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
It's locked, all right.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Damn.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor.
Eat her, eat
Just
her.
another
God damn it, she
fine-heeled,
right.
silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty, nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No, obviously not. You'll forget all about this? I look away, but you resign.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
I don't understand why that was like, why... New citizens available to kill.
Mesmerize level.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm okay. I'm ending in like half an hour. Everybody say hi, Sam.
I'm the best.
You are.
I put it to sleep, and then I changed it, and then I fed it, and then I changed it, and then I put it straight back to sleep again.
Nice. That's how you do it. I don't understand, just to pick up where I left off, I don't understand why I needed her to like end this. Ending the blackmail, sure. But like, I don't understand why I needed her to stop doing her like good works here. Doesn't make any sense. To me, anyway. Yeah, gotta wrestle in your jimmies there.
It's locked. It's locked.
All right. Oh. Oh, Lord. I think she was only able to afford the work because of the blackmail, so ending one would end the other. But, like, she could still... Whatever. It didn't have to be all, like, It didn't have to be black and white. That's all I'm saying. Jesus Christ.
It's too strong. Fuck his fault. Christ! He's dead!
Report to Lady Ashbury. Okay. Did I find out anything new about you?
Good evening.
Nope.
Goodbye.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your
What about you?
as long as you have the money.
A gun?
A gun?
This has been proven by many. Even the flu is
Let's go in our hidey hole. But didn't it say that if somebody has a headache... Hold on. Oh, shit. Recovering. Fatigue. Fatigue. Oh, shit. He has fatigue. I didn't know that. Migraine. Fatigue. Bronchitis. Darius Petrescu has bronchitis. What? Cold. Do I have the stuff to deal with that? Wait a minute. Okay, it's not cold. Okay, yeah. Okay, hold up. Hold up.
imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
Good evening.
Change.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
It's freezy.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Clayton? Hello?
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay. Oh. Healthy, healthy. Bronchitis.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Oops. Force Techno, thank you for the biddies. Aurelus, thank you for gifting a sub to Sir Grinny. Sir Grinny, welcome to the Cat Gang. Weon, thank you so much for subscribing. Fawcett, thank you for subscribing. Both of you, welcome. Legion24, thank you for the 5 months. Chaos Phenom, thank you so much for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Sir Grinny, thank you for gifting a sub to Matt J. Walk. Fairland Guy, thank you for the 20 months. Airless, thank you for gifting a sub to Gmart. Gmart, welcome back, my dude. I am Dizzy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Pharaxiel, thank you for the 46 months. Smuzzy, welcome to the Cat Gang as well. Thank you for subscribing. Invalid Parameter, thank you for the 16 months. And Heathen Inox, thank you so much for the biddies. I wish I could stay longer. Was late into the stream and I'll be early out, but I need food to live another day. I feel you. I am rather hungry myself, if I'm being honest. Hello.
Yes?
Goodbye, Mr.
No!
Yes?
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Shut up.
I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Like I was saying, if people die, there's like weird consequences inside of the city and they can die from illness. So it's in your best interest to like try and heal people as well as like, you know, not eat them. Goch, thank you so much for subscribing. And Sanic, thank you for the 38 months. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Badger. How are you liking the game? I'm actually loving it. I'm actually super into it. Covering. He has a cold. So I need to go behind the church for him. Benjamin Palmer has a migraine. And fatigue. Okay, I know where both of them are. I know where Harry is. Oh, Harry's recovering though. Right. Recovering. Okay. Cool. Wait. Who was this? Oh, right. Okay. Koji, please. Thank you so much for subscribing. Is there an easier way to get... whatever. I hope I don't have to fight a bunch of people again. God damn it. I have to fight a bunch of people again. Here we go. Aw, man. Oh, come on, dude. Woo! There we go. Fucking hell. If I want to survive in this game without killing innocents, I really need to get better at the combat. Hi.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Do you need medical attention?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
I'll leave you alone.
Okay. He's okay now.
Hello again. You don't seem to need. Very well.
Very well, then. Recovering. Right, they're on my way out. Recovering. Okay, great. Hey, look at that.
Secret plots I must reveal.
No, wrong direction.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
What? Oh, the hospital's this direction? What the fuck is wrong with me? Just kidding. Oops. God damn it, I wish there was a mini-map. Nope.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for
Hi.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy.
No, piss
Do you
off.
need
Please.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young.
Okay, and then where's the drunk dude? Did I just walk by him?
Good evening, Ben.
I'm afraid not.
You don't seem well.
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I don't have migraine treatment?
I will see you later. A gun?
Wait, can I not? Do I not have the ability? Oh, shit. I don't have what he needs, I guess. Man, that sucks. Oh, but I could maybe learn how to make it if I study the blood I got? Question mark? Oops. That's not what I wanted.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello.
No, I didn't want to do that. Is it this way? Hold on. Just gonna mark it. Shit, this is Harry.
Good evening, Harry. May I?
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So,
I'm not bot.
would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
Can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Okay.
Goodbye, young.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
This poor boy has got super depression. I wonder if I could do that actually. Use my vampire brain stuff to be like, you're all right, buddy. I have nothing to analyze. Really? But I took... God, did I already analyze it? Maybe I already did all this. Oh well. Okay. Dude, I use this a lot. Okay, I used up pretty much everything, but that's okay. Oh, shit. Reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenon appears to be a nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have converged around a single area, Whitechapel, London. Once more, the despised and loathed East End is left to struggle on its own, continuously overlooked by the authorities, even while numerous families from this district report the unexplained disappearance of relatives and neighbors. What has happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them seems to be their health and their need for urgent medical attention. Until recently, it was a local secret that the only place to get help was a discreet dispensary managed by unidentified Good Samaritans. But the place now seems to be closed, and no one has any news. Did the missing persons go to a more secret place? Have they been discreetly moved to a more official service? One day soon, the London City Council's Board of Health will have to answer to this new mystery. Your choice concerning the community pillar has been reported by the press. Ah. Right. Missing? Unknown. Oh, there were people that I didn't meet? Interesting. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for me. Return to the main menu. Ugh, oh, goodness. And then quit. Why do they make you do that in games sometimes? Makes no sense. Oof, it's so bright in here. God damn. Well, stream's over now, so there's no point in changing it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Again, I'm sorry that I'm late again, but this is probably going to be a thing that just happens sometimes because I have a baby. Next stream will be tomorrow. Saturday morning Duger. It'll be ending early because I am doing E3 coverage on Dropped Frames. So we might start early. We might go like 8:30 to 10:30, something like that, because that's when I have sound check. So yeah, maybe we'll aim for that. I have a bunch of packages in my car from you guys, so maybe we'll just do a TY and open up everything, and then I'll peace out and do E3 coverage. So tune into that if you would like to do that. Other than that, please check out my coffee company, DodgerCoffeeCo.com. Please check out our merch, all of our Cat Gang merch. It's dope. And I'm going to read the new subscribers now. If this is your first time here, thank you so much. If this is your millionth time here, thank you so much. And I hope that you have a lovely day. Thank you so much to Alderaxis, Soul Cleaver, Songon, Dr. Jazzfist, or Lucas, Sarah Stir, Forecast Gray, Sam Shaka, Pajama Sam, That Guy Though, Weirdo, Dream Crusher, Shano, Jocelyn, Dracaran, That One Drummer, Skyman, Timbit Muncher, Want to Buy Soul, Willard Mittens, Kalis Kalasa, ASB Fatal, Chiswis, Grimble, Mpatsumaru, Strabi, Britbot, Storm Oss, WF Stir, Magnet Head, Ma or Less Gaming, Walsay, Mikai, Moyan, Sir Grinny, Kanaic, Bad Victory, Fawcett, Matt J. Walk, Tom Tunk, Gmart, I Am Dizzy, Smuzzy, Go, and Koji Please. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a lovely day. I'll host somebody and hopefully see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody.